Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, man. Today we're going to talk about Alperen Sengun. This guy finally gets a start last night with Christian Wood being out for illness. And it's funny because, so I know Kevin was out as well, and I'll post a recap on my Rockets Daily channel if you guys want to check that channel. The link will be in the bio. I'll also pin the comment in the comment section. You're playing the at the time, 47-10 Phoenix Suns. Phoenix is at home. Like, they have the best record by far in the NBA, and you could argue, I personally think they have the most complete all-around team to this point. No Christian Wood, no Kevin Porter Jr. A lot of us Rocket fans, a lot of us thought the game was going to be a blowout, and the Rockets actually had the lead for, like, I want to say most of the basketball game. Like, it felt like majority of the entire game, the Rockets had the lead. And I feel like it's no coincidence how much better our offense moves when Christian Wood is out. I'm not saying it was solely because of Sengun, but what I am saying is how in the world, first off, is Eric Gordon starting, but that's a whole other conversation for a different day. How does Christian Wood not get traded? This is why Silas needed to run more Christian Wood, Sengun unit or rotations out there, lineups out there, just because Sengun needed playing time. Sengun just seriously needs playing time. And, 25 off of the bench is perfectly fine, in my opinion. I'll take 25 off the bench, but that's not usually what he gets, right? Sengun's averaging less than 20 minutes per game on the season. It makes sense. I'm not going to go at the Rockets fully because it does make sense. You don't want to gamble on a rookie, a kid who is literally 19 years old, still 19 years old. He'll be 19 for the next 5 months. You don't want to take that gamble on trading away arguably your best basketball player and just kind of bank on Sengun being like your future cornerstone center. So, I don't want to rag on the Rockets too much because it does make a little bit of sense from their standpoint. You're just kind of trying to be a little conservative. You're trying to play it a little safe. But the offense looked phenomenal with Sengun out there. The defense was good as well. 124 isn't great, but I thought that was like Sengun's biggest critique this heading into this season. Like, Sengun literally won MVP in the Turkish League at 18 years old, and his biggest critique coming into the NBA was he can't play a lick of defense. Well, he comes into the NBA and is actually playing a little bit of defense, but he's been improving so much more. I really liked him on a pick and roll last night. Pick and roll offensively was awesome as well. But defensively, I felt like his pick and roll defense was great. Offensively, it was awesome to have a player not named Christian Wood. I forget who tweeted it out there. It might have actually been an announcer. I think an announcer genuinely said this. The Rocket players are more eager to pass the ball because they know they're going to get it back, right? Christian Wood, we see this several times every single game, and he'll come out in the post-game presser. Christian Wood will literally get a rebound, run a fast break, hold the ball for 10 to 15 seconds and take an ill-advised shot, and sometimes, a decent amount of the times, it does go in. He's a solid offensive player, right? He can score, he can hoop, that's for sure. And then in the post-game presser, he'll come out and say, yeah, solid, coach is giving me, the green light as far as, finding my own shots, blah, 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 blah. Jalen Green the other night had 7 attempts in the first half, 2 in the second half. There are literally pictures on Twitter, there are pictures everywhere on Twitter of Christian Wood having 2 to 3 players on him and open guys on the perimeter. So Sengun, that's not the case. You just kind of play through Sengun. The offense kind of goes through Sengun. And last night, statistically, he did a phenomenal job in 28 minutes. Just 28 minutes, guys. 19 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. 7-11 from the field, 3-4 from downtown, 2-2 from the free throw line, and only 4 fouls. So a lot of critiques pretty much figured out last night. Can he play defense? Yes. Can he shoot the 3 ball? Yes. Is it going to be at a consistent rate? Is it going to be at a 3-4 rate, 75% every night? Definitely not. But he's trending in the right direction. Is he a complete liability from the free throw line? Nope. I know 2 is a very small sample size, but I wouldn't consider him a liability at the free throw line. Another thing he should, is going to continue to improve, 3-point shooting and free throw shooting, but it's a process. Defense, we already went through defense, and fouls. Only 4 fouls. Only 4 fouls. I think the thing with Sengun fouling so much, and there'll be games where he'll foul out and play like 18 minutes. I think the thing with Sengun fouling so much is he knows he's coming off of the bench, right? He's only started in 4 games this year. When he's coming off of the bench, he knows he's getting like 20 minutes. Like he just genuinely knows he's getting like 20 minutes. So he's putting it all out there. He's going to contest every shot, as you should. But I think maybe my word choice is a little poor here, but he's just more aggressive defensively. Like he's not... When he's coming out here and starting, I would imagine he's like, we got to play a little bit more safe, a little bit more on the safe side. Maybe we, got to really, really think and really focus about how we defend shots around the rim. How I'm defending in general. I need to just be a little bit more mindful. I think that's kind of how that's goes when he starts. So let's pull up his starting stats. Actually, he's only started in, I want to say it was 4 games. It might be 5. So he's only started in 5 games, and he's only averaging 26.2 minutes per game. As a starter, he's shooting 48% from the field, 10.2 points, 7.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, a steal and a block, and he's shooting 67% from the free throw line, and he's shooting 36% from downtown. So there is not a single critique in there. Not a single critique. He is a really, really good rebounder, and you're kind of witnessing that. I mean, you kind of saw that last night. I think a lot of us know Sengun is a great rebounder. I just need to see more Sengun starts. I mean, the 3-point shooting, the free throw shooting, they're so much better than I was anticipating. The way some people made it seem with Sengun is that he was going to literally come into this league, shoot, if you're lucky, 30% from downtown. He's going to shoot like 60% from the free throw line, and he's going to play just god-awful defense. And I have yet to see that. Obviously, there are times where you're like, that's how that goes, but it's like that with every young player. It's like that with most players in general, especially a young player. You look at Jalen Green. Jalen came into this league. His defense wasn't as bad as I was thinking. Same with Sengun. Defense wasn't as bad as I was thinking, but it's improving drastically. Like you can see it week by week. Jalen Green, Alperen Sengun, they are playing much better defense, much more improved defense. And so you just need to see, I need to see more Sengun starts, man. The Rockets are going to have a problem. They're going to have something to figure out in the offseason right here. Christian Wood, I would not be surprised one bit if the Houston Rockets go ahead, trade Christian Wood either for like players and assets players and future draft picks, or if they just try and trade up in the draft wherever they fall. Say it's top 5, it's like somewhere between 3 to 5. I would not be surprised if they use Christian Wood to try and leverage to move up in the draft. We'll see what happens. I'm feeling good that Sengun's at least going to play a little bit more as the season carries on, but fingers are crossed. You never know with Steven Silas. So that's it for today. If you guys enjoyed it, you like daily NBA content, be sure to hit the like button, hit that sub button. And as I mentioned, I have a Houston Rockets daily channel down below. Probably about to record a recap to last night's game. So peace.